All right, this is the first gentleman who submitted his photos. Take a look at what we're working with. Okay. I think the number one issue is that this guy is not lean at all. In fact, he's bloated. Especially see here. Facial fat. Kind of see his body too. It's just not low body fat percentage. So that's the first thing you gotta do, man. As I've said previously, like being a low body fat percentage is extremely important, especially like with the competition these days. Can't really afford to be fat. So first thing I do. We also can take note that his eyebrows are a little bit thinner. So you can try, minoxidil, dermastamping. Then I would also tint them black, and you could get your eyebrows into a pretty good spot. So yeah, lose weight, get the eyebrows fixed up. Kind of looks like your your ears are protruding a bit, a little bit asymmetrical. You could consider autoplasty. The procedure, it's pretty cheap. I think they could. It's not extreme, but it could be better. Pretty cheap procedure. It's like $2,000, and it lasts like 10 years, so it's pretty good. Otherwise, I mean, we do have some flaws that are not so easily fixable. Again, well, in this case, the nose shape is pretty poor from the side, so I mean that would be a pretty easy rhinoplasty if you want to improve that. That's it as far as like the major looks maxing for you. Definitely get lean first before you do anything else, and fix the eyebrows. As far as a rating, I would say at the moment about a 3.75 to 4 in that range. So in about that bottom, in that bottom 20%, bottom 20% at the moment. So yeah, I'd say probably closer to about a 3.75. Regardless, like I feel like facial ratings, it's like the range is what matters. So it's just within that, about that 4 range. Of course, you can improve this, as I mentioned. Here's our next face. So this dude is actually pretty good looking, despite he looks like he came off looksmaxxing.org with this stare, but hey, regardless, actually looks pretty good. Pretty good side profile, long ramus, pretty cute gonal angle. Side profile looks like it could be slightly flatter. It's pretty good though. Yeah, it could be a bit flatter. Slightly. Just simply by having a bit more brow ridge projection. He's a neutral orbital vector. That's fine, not really a big deal. Pretty solid nose shape. I mean, it's a bit of a droopy tip. Good segmental region. Yeah, pretty good side profile, really. And the front is pretty good too. I mean, generally pretty good nose shape. Good eyebrows. I think he looks matched them, so good stuff. Something I do notice, he has there's this type of heterochromia where it's like, I don't know the name for it, but it's basically like part of your eye is a different color. So he has that. In his case, I don't think it's good because it's brown. Like it doesn't really look like better than this eye, but he does have that. Face is pretty lean. As far as looks maxing, looks like he's pretty much taking care of most things. I probably wouldn't touch anything really. I'd give him about a 6.25 actually. I'd say, yeah, about a 6.25. I'd put him there. I'd say he's in about the top, in that top 10% range. In that top 10% range. He is pretty good. Good looking guy. Okay, so with this face, we kind of see the classical short face syndrome with, the very low chin to filter in proportion. It's also just the classic appearance. The rounded jaw as well. Very small lower third. So here we see definitely needs Bimax. Needs as in like, I mean, you know what I mean. It would be very good. Bimax and rhinoplasty. We can kind of give a little example. What I mean. So first we gotta correct. Gotta get that set. Again, I'm no professional morpher here. It's just the general concept. You get the concept. Okay, moving back to the front. His under eye support's pretty poor. Looks like he could shave a bit of eyebrow in this area. Little tip for him. Yeah, I think, you know, this is one of those cases, it's like jaw is law. Like, I really think he has to fix the jaw. And I think he could actually have a decent potential after fixing it. And the nose as well. I think the nose and jaw would put him in a very good spot. At the moment, I'm gonna have to put him at about a 3.75. 3.75. Put him in about that. Bottom 20%. That's the final verdict. The face IQ verdict. And let's go. Alright, here's our last face. As you can see in the thumbnail I put him, that was clickbait. He's not 3 out of 10. However, he is lower than his front profile. It's his side profile. So, on the side profile, he looks to have a malocclusion here. Potential overbite, for sure. He has a unprojected nose with a poor shape. So, see if we can kind of show like what I mean. So there's the kind of underbite portion. Nose is underprojected. Kind of is like off. It's like projecting the wrong way. I don't know how to explain it. It's a little too much. Then I would, you know, everything would pretty much come forward generally. Again, I'm no professional Photoshopper, right? You know, it's just trying to show the concept of how this is like basically all recessed down there. You see what I mean? So factoring in the side with the front, I think the front is like pretty much a 5. Really, this is pretty much a 5. It's a better front profile than say this or this. It's like a 5, and then this is like a 3 because of like when you have real a malocclusion or recession and a poor nose shape. I mean, it's like a 4 maybe. Overall, I'd give him like a 4.25. I'd say 4.25, and about that like bottom 20-25%, maybe even 33% could be the real thing. He could be a 4.5 potentially. I think the side often goes a little bit undervalued. Like, I really think in motion this affects your attractiveness like a lot. I really do think so, because I mean, let's look at his profile flatness. Very rounded, right? So he needs counterclockwise Bimax to bring this forward and bring this forward and up. And as I showed in my morph, the concept, and it would really improve his looks. So that about wraps up today's video. If you want to get your own face analyzed by me, check out my link in the description. You can get a simple face rating, you can get your own personal looks maxing advice like surgical, non-surgical, or you can get a full facial report. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will put a community post when I'm doing my next subscriber rating. Could be pretty soon. Peace out.